What's up, good people? It's your girl, Safia Aisha Jassi, aka Fire, because I stay bringing that heat in that water. So, I'm coming to you today with a continuation of documenting my experience of getting corporate sponsorship in 74 days. So, I think today is day 37. Um, I haven't been really big on keeping up with the days it was like I was before, cause I just been processing things and just working towards finding ways where I'm not overworking myself and I'm not neglecting myself and doing this work. So today, I did research two potential sponsors, and in the research, I didn't get the information that I needed. So I'm learning throughout this process that it's a journey. It's going to be the good and the bad, the highs and the lows. But one thing throughout this process that I need to keep in mind the goal of what I'm trying to achieve and know that it's possible. So that's just something that I've been working on I always like I've been continuing to where I'm continuing to work on the process of being fully present in the moment and just trusting the process. And I know before, when I first started this journey of documenting my experience of getting corporate sponsorship to help fund the I Am event series, Disability, Art, Life, and Culture. I was really focusing on to provide information of of like what it's like of living with a disability. And a lot of times when I've been talking a lot about the downside, the challenges and stuff. And doing this work and I'm researching and trying to define what is disability, art, life, and culture, and to help start the process to properly document it, to help start the process of BIPOC people with disabilities telling their own stories from their own perspective, and it's not and where it's not overshadowed by other people perception of what they think disability is. So, and I understand with being a person live with a disability, there are a lot of challenges and downsides that come with it. And I just feel that's something that's always going to exist. But I know that at the core, I have the power to create my own reality, and I create the rules, and I set my boundaries and standards and what I stand for and what I won't tolerate. And so and knowing that that's kind of more the directions of what I want to talk about, the more that I do these lives of document my experience. Because now, especially now, there's the talk about disability is a big conversation. It's a hot topic right now. Companies, corporations are looking and to dive into it, because especially when there's more conversations about like diversity, inclusion, equity, and especially in like business practices. But another thing that like I'm finding from like all the research that like I've been doing from like the potential sponsors that I've been looking at to reach out to, and I find with a lot of them, with like with the conversation that they having about like inclusion and diversity and equity, disability is excluded. And I know like in the past, like disability have been like a taboo topic, and a lot of times people with disabilities are seen as like a afterthought. So, and by me doing this work with the I Am event series, I'm helping to shine a different light on like the joy, the dopeness, the brilliance that comes within the culture of disability. So I think that's just like my focus. And right now, and I'm just thinking about like my personal experience and what um like I had to deal with like all the hardship and the life that I live, and I know it, like living in like poverty, or just living where you just like getting enough. And I know now like that's something that I don't want for myself. I want the very best that life has to offer. And like I know that I freaking deserve it. And I know that it's out there, it's possible, and I'm not willing to settle for less. And yes, like throughout this process, I do become like tired and overwhelmed, because it just feels like I got to like keep pushing hard and hard, and like I'm waiting for like my big break. But I have to remember like my small wins. Like I've been getting a lot of like wins that's not like the grand gesture or the big one that I'm looking for, but it is something that's leading me up to getting that big win and helping me to live a luxurious life, because like I deserve the best life has to offer. And that's what I'm bringing to the I Am event series, Disability Art, Life, and Culture. It's going to be like a very like high end event. It's going to be very luxury, because I feel like luxury is where it's at. Like just experience that the best that life has to offer. Um, so like I'm really excited about that, and to be doing this work, and to be like changing my modes and changing the energy and how I'm looking at and doing this work, and the attitude and the energy that I need to have in order to make this possible, and make it like a reality in the 3D world, because it already exists in my mind and in the spiritual realm. So I'm just excited to be bringing it into the physical world. So before like I hop off, I want to remind you all again about the Welcome to our Healing Sanctuary Challenge. So basically the challenge is that I'm calling on you to create a 1 minute video of how you are maintaining your mental health during these times. And this month theme is vulnerability because the film Welcome to Our Healing Sanctuary celebrates vulnerability. Um, and one lucky person this month will win a free ticket to the Disability Gala that I will be hosting later on this year. And so the eligibility requirements to enter this challenge is that you must be a member of the BIPOC community, you must be a person living with a disability, and you must live in the South Shore community. And I just will need for you to tag me in your 1 minute video on Instagram at Black Girls with a Z, so I can see all the wonderful and beautiful things you are doing to maintain your mental health during these tough times, and so we can start building community and conversation where we are starting to become more compassionate and understanding towards one another, and start becoming more mentally, emotionally, and spiritually mature when we are engaging in dialogue about mental health. So, yeah, I want to thank you all again for joining me on this journey. Your time your time and energy is very much appreciated and well received. And I just want to remind you to be kind and gentle to yourself. Peace out, good people.